Reading alternative interpretations is so useful to increase your marks for English. By alternative interpretations, basically you want to offer a different idea to what most students are going to be talking about, or offering two interpretations of the same quote or character or theme. For example, you could say, on the one hand, this quote could signify this, on the other hand, it could symbolize this. So you're offering two different ideas for the same quote. It does well because it shows the examiner that you can think outside the box and you can offer more than the bog standard interpretation. So for example, most people will say things like, Lady Macbeth is evil, Macbeth is ambitious, the witches are bad, right? These are all classic things that people will say, and they're not wrong. They're classic interpretations for a reason, but you want to stand out in your essay and you want to say something a little bit different. So for example, perhaps we could argue that Lady Macbeth isn't actually evil, that actually instead she's a victim of a patriarchal society in which she has no power, and she's desperately fighting for agency for herself in whatever way she can, and that manifests itself through the manipulation of Macbeth. And the goal isn't to say this is what Shakespeare intended or this is the right interpretation. It's just to offer something a bit different, something to show that you've actually thought about it, that you've thought outside of the box, that you're saying more than what the average student is. If you're struggling to come up with your own alternative interpretations, check out my last minute revision pack where I go through alternative interpretations for all the key themes and the key characters, and I've also got quotes and context and thesis statements and essay plans and loads of really useful content in that revision pack. So if you're interested, check that out from the link in my bio.